So I'm so happy to see you guys back in my normal environment. Thank you guys if you joined me on my little excursion. It was so fun to go check out somewhere new. And yeah, I haven't taken you guys with me anywhere yet. So it went really well for me on my end. So I'm thinking I'm going to take you guys on more trips with me. So if you are new here, my name is Julie Kennis. I talk about all things cryptocurrency and economics daily. This is not financial advice though. I just love crypto and I am here for the vibes. So looks like we have some friends in the chat here. Let's say hello to Dejan Brian, Mike. We have you, Blocky. Hello, and my good friend John is all here. Hello, welcome guys. I hope you guys are doing good on this fine Monday. We have had quite the shakeout the last couple of days. And so if you have been here for it, then you guys all kind of know what's been going on in the market. So Trump tariffs has shaken things up quite a bit. Over the weekend, there were some pretty serious back and forth between the US and Mexico. And so things were looking a little dicey. I don't personally know anyone that was selling into all of this. I feel like a lot of us feel like this isn't like our first rodeo. And so, yeah, I wasn't selling anything. But we did have quite the shakeout. In fact, when I saw us dipping into below the 90s, I thought, well, there's a chance that this could go lower. And there is actually a chance that we could break below critical support. If we do, we could see 70s. But at this point, things are looking rather optimistic. So we have since had Mexico backtracking on their stance with the U.S. border. So they've deployed troops to the U.S. border to be able to aid us and what our mission is down there. And so, yeah, so we have delayed doing any sort of tariffs with them for the next month. So with that being said, there is some speculation that things could improve with Canada and others so that we might have a little bit more of a bounce here in the market. So let me go ahead and pull up some of these charts for us. So today we currently have Bitcoin has bounced back. We are above 100,000. I was going to wear my 100,000 hat, but I don't have it on right now. It's back there, my Bitcoin 100,000 hat. You guys, I remember when I first got the Bitcoin 100,000 hat, I didn't think Bitcoin was going to touch 100,000 anytime soon. And now we're here. We're here. So yeah, I actually stole the hat from my mom. She wears it golfing sometimes. But I stole it from her. It's mine now. So Bitcoin is trading above 100,000. So sentiment is high, but here's the thing. If you were heavy into memes and you are heavy in utility coins, you are feeling some pain because those were all dragged down really, really, really far. Now, Solana has had quite a bit of a bounce back. We bottomed out at 190. We topped at 215 today, and we're currently sitting at 211. So we're recovering really nicely on Solana. However, Ethereum had quite the dump. We went all the way down to 25,000. It currently went up to 2775 and we're currently at 2708. So Ethereum from last week, we are down, a couple $100. So that is pretty significant there. Now, ADA, as you guys know, we were trading about $1. We held resistance pretty strong in around the 90-cent range. After this large dump, we went down to 67 cents. Oh my God. You guys know that like we were at like 33 cents for a lot of where my entry was. So when ADA had kind of bottomed out, I started to look at getting some back in and resuming my position in ADA around the 33 cent range. I don't think I realized that ADA had hit 67 cents. So these are the times where this is like a gift to the market, really. It truly is like a gift to the market because these are numbers that we didn't think we would see again, especially before the major gains of this bull market, because we have had some gains and some slow earners and you've been able to get plays here and there, but yeah, we haven't had any just like significant run-ups. So anyway, I'm seeing ADA at that 60 cent range is just amazing, but currently we're trading about 80 cents. Oh God, we topped at 80 cents. We're at 78 now. So moving on from there, I'll let you guys know what I did in this little shakeout here. So as you guys know, I'm in Pepe. I got in Pepe early, and I kind of sold some of it, some profits. I did really well on it, and then I re-entered some of it. And so that has been the meme this cycle, that I'm really looking at what can I do to get as much Pepe as possible, because the entry price is just so low. The lore behind Pepe and his status in internet and crypto culture. So I'm just definitely hanging on to my Pepe. Pepe is currently number 28 on CoinMarketCap. So I've been bull posting Pepe from the dawn of time. So let me go back. My bag of Pepe, I'll tell you guys exactly where I was at. Before we had this last retrace, when we were at like all-time high on Pepe, my bag was about 11,000. And so that's been me just, it not as high as it could have been if I would have held. If I would have held it, it would have been like 100,000. But like I said, I took some profits along the way, which I shouldn't have done. And so anyway, I'm sitting at 11,000 Pepe right now. So, well, that's what I was sitting on. So I had a little bit of liquidity on the side, and I knew if we were going to have a dip, I was going to buy more Pepe. So I had my ETH aside, I had my Pepe aside, because, gas fees on Ethereum blockchain, that's one of the toughest things. So, with ETH, you don't have that GD culture like you have on Solana, because Solana, you can just make a trade for just a little profit because it's so cheap to be able to do the transactions. Well, on ETH, and I ran into this last weekend, was when I went to go execute my Pepe purchase. It was asking for $100 in Ethereum gas fees. And I was just like, why? So it was painful. I had to sit there and kind of watch and wait until the activity on chain kind of cooled off a little bit. But sometimes, and when you're looking at the market bleeding and people are just watching, their net worth go down 60%, 70%. Some people that were operating on liquidity lost even more. They maybe, lost everything. And so I never trade on liquidity. If I don't have it from trading or earning it, it's just not there. I'm just, it just is what it is, because I'm not going to take money that's not mine. So with my Pepe, I had my liquidity aside, my ETH, everything ready to go. And then I went to go do the trade, and it was kind of high. So I waited. I think it took me probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to let the gas cool off. Finally executed the trade. My gas fees were about $30. So I was happy because that gave me an extra $70 into my Pepe. So it's just me remembering that this is how it is when it's crazy. We're just getting started. And I remember paying $300 in Ethereum gas fees for one transaction. I was doing an NFT purchase, and my NFT was $600. And then the gas on it was $300. And so I just remember spending $900 on this NFT, which is now worthless. It is worthless. I think if I sold it right now, I'd get $15 for it. So I'm trying to be better with my money this time. And this time I am knowing that I can get into Pepe and hold this because it's at a very, very low entry price. So that has started to recover since I purchased back in. So I did my first purchase of about $1,000 in Pepe. And then it started to dip even more. And luckily I had a little bit more liquidity. So I, again, purchased some more once we went into the 5 zeros and 8, whatever. So I knew when it was in the 8s, it was go time. So I had moved some more over. Purchased some more late yesterday. And so anyway, my Pepe, when I first did my first purchase, so from 11,000 a couple weeks ago at all-time high, my Pepe was down to 4,800. And that was just so painful for me, because that was 60% of my Pepe portfolio was gone. So, but I just knew that I needed the liquidity and to buy more at the bottom. So I did the first $1,000 purchase, boom, I was good there. And then it dipped some more and I was like, okay, now it's go time. Bought 1,000 more. So now my Pepe is back up to 7,000, but you guys, we're still super, oh, I kicked the camera. We're still super, super far below where I was when my all-time high was at 11. So I'm like getting really excited now because when we go back to that all-time high and I've put an extra 2,000 in down low, whew. Making moves here, guys. Making moves here. So, all right. So you guys, I know I see DJ and Brian says Julie's in the Money Mike's bracket. So as you guys know, I'm friends with Slum Doge Millionaire. And if you guys know his story, he went in big on Dogecoin. Ran it up all-time high. He was like at 3 million, a little over 3 million. And if he would have cashed out before SNL, he would have had $3 million. And he kept thinking it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. Well, SNL happened. It dropped down and he rode it to the bottom and he's been sitting there and he's been accumulating more all of this time and he is planning his exit. But he has a video called This Is Not Financial Advice. It's a documentary about him making all his money on Dogecoin, and it follows his whole journey and what he does and the people telling him to sell around him and him thinking it's going to go up for eternity. And it's a really good movie to watch at the start of this cycle because it might change your psychology between how you look at these trades. Because if you have, let's say 10 that you have 500 in, you might not want 10 plays with 500. You might only want 5 plays with 1,000, or, you might develop, you don't ever want to put everything all into one. But my point is, and that's what Slum Doge did. But my point is if you have some that you really, really, really have conviction in and kind of have your exit plan, know when you want to exit this market cycle, because that's the most important. Is like, you might not get all-time high. Most people don't ever get all-time high. So you have to be okay. When I sold my Dogecoin, I sold before SNL because I thought of that as being like the sell the news event. So I sold it and went to sleep and was just a happy little clam. And it was really hard not to check the charts after that. But then after I looked and it was going down, 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 I was like, okay, I'm super, super happy I sold. And one of the best trades I ever did was that one because I actually made the decision to sell and book profits. And so if there's anything I can urge everybody to do, it's to book those profits. So going back to another play that I'm super passionate about is my dog on Bitcoin. And this is one that I wish I was paying attention to yesterday. Oh my gosh, 33% bearish on this one. That's crazy. People have no faith in runes. As you guys know, this is the first shitcoin on Bitcoin, or meme coin on Bitcoin, whatever you want to call it. It was a shitcoin. But while all the coins were launching on like Solana and all of that fun stuff was popping off, I just looked at runes, and dog is like the first like potential big like meme coin on Bitcoin. It has really good, I think there's like over 100,000 wallets. Might even be 200,000 wallets, but the distribution's really good on it. And the entry price, you guys, all-time high, we were almost a penny. Almost a penny. Yesterday, we were at 0.002. 0.002. Like you could have almost 10x'd this. Like, this is just crazy to me. So if I could have put $1,000 in this, and then what I love about this is that the runes are on Bitcoin. So when you sell it, like I go through the Magic Eden marketplace and I sell my runes on there. But then once you sell it, it sells as Bitcoin. And so basically all of my dog, I'm looking at, turning into my like Bitcoin nest egg. So I'm a little mad at myself because to me, this was a 10x on Bitcoin. Like I missed. So I'm a little sad about that. I have my coffee today. It's good. It's good. I have the Dunkin' Donuts creamer today. I usually use like coffee with like just regular like frothed milk. I don't like putting anything sweet in it, but today I have the Dunkin'. It's yummy. Okay. So back to World Liberty Finance and some headlines that we have for today. So it looks like World Liberty Finance is denying the sale of some tokens. World Liberty Finance current crypto holdings are valued at 373 million. As you guys know, that is their Ethereum and their wrapped Bitcoin that was pulled essentially off of the Trump on Solana coin. So World Liberty Finance claims that it hasn't sold any of its Wilfy tokens, as you guys know I like to call it, amid the rumors that the decentralized finance, the DeFi project, was pursuing token swaps with various blockchain projects whose tokens it's acquired in recent months. So as you guys know, this has had a pre-sale for accredited investors, which means that we weren't allowed to take part in that. But if you were considered an accredited investor, then you were able to. So they said, to be clear, we're not selling any tokens. We are simply reallocating assets for ordinary business purposes. Let's keep going on. Let's see, the report claims that it was looking to sell at least 10 million worth of the yet to be launched Wilfy tokens in exchange for buying the same amount of that project's native cryptocurrency. The sale would come with a 10% fee. So we don't know for sure if there's any truth to this. They're denying it. And saying that they weren't trying to do token swaps. I guess it is, though, if you're considering it reallocating, you find a DeFi project or token that you potentially want to work with, and then you could, gift them some Wilfy tokens in exchange for some of theirs, and then they're going to stake it, and then essentially it builds it in as one of these Trump-approved projects. So anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here I wanted to point out to you guys. Okay, with the total supply at 100 billion Wilfy tokens, let's see, World Liberty has earmarked 25 billion tokens for the sale. So they had initially netted 300 million from the token price sale of $0.015. Tron founder Justin Sun emerged as the largest Wilfy token buyer at 30 million purchased in November. So this is who you guys are trading against. Yeah. So the big boys are all playing on the World Liberty Finance token. This is still not available on the market for us yet, but again, it was available for pre-sale for $0.015. So it'll be interesting to see what we get to purchase this at once it finally hits open market, because yeah, at this point, we don't know. Okay, so with everything going on with Bitcoin, something else that popped up in the news was the fact that MicroStrategy didn't purchase any Bitcoin on the dip. So it currently says that it has halted its Bitcoin purchases and it will hodl its 30 billion in Bitcoin. So I'm a little surprised that they didn't buy any, but I don't know that they had any more to buy. But it also seems like Michael Saylor has bottomless pockets. All right, next one. Real world assets reached a new cumulative all-time high following Bitcoin's decline below 100,000. So if you guys are familiar with RWAs, you guys know that I've shown them here on the channel before. I like RWAs because for me, it is such a great onboarding tool. It is something that just allows somebody who doesn't have any exposure to cryptocurrency to wrap their mind around an actual project with a tangible product. And so when I'm selling these to people as, you can sell your car data, or you can sell this, or like I'm wearing my Kudis ring, there's so much that you can talk about with real world assets and tokenization, and it's something that normies get behind because they understand the business aspect behind it. So on-chain RWAs have reached a cumulative all-time high of more than 17 billion across 82,000 assets, excluding the value of stablecoins. So that it's really cool. This market has absolutely exploded. I personally have really wanted to get in on the one that takes the pictures as you drive. I can't remember the name of it right now. But I know that It's on Solana. It's the hexagon one. Oh my gosh, I can't remember, you guys. Anyway, I had looked at purchasing one, and I think the lead time on it was like a year. Let's see, what do you got here? Alpha Junkies, Natix Network. I don't think that was it. If Suburban Crypto is in here, I think he would know because he does the pictures. Oh, Hive Mapper. Yes, that's it. Hive Mapper. Yes. So I really love the Hive Mapper, and I've looked, like, you can actually go on the Hive Mapper website. Oh, this is Kitty. Hi, Kitty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Kitty, you're so cute. Yes, the Hive Mapper. So I always explain this one to people as like, it's like Google Street View, but doing away with the Google driver. And so you can put it in your car, and you can sell the pictures on the route that you drive. So the thing is that a lot of these people are mapping already, and so some of your area might already be mapped. So what Suburban told me was you can actually go on and type in your address on the Hive Mapper website, and you can see if they're in need of mapping in your area. So if you look it up and you are in an area, like say you're on the outskirts of town, or you're somewhere where like they could benefit from your pictures, then it's more beneficial for you to purchase it, because you can get a lot of extra income a month off of doing the Hive Mapper pictures, because there's big money in that, because I do believe that they're using it for very multiple different purposes, and having the weekly photo updates is really important because it gives like a real world look into like what's going on. So anyway, super cool stuff with Hive Mapper. I'll have to look back into it because I really wanted one, and maybe now that like the attention and stuff is kind of cooled off, because RWA is really hot, especially the Hive Mapper at the start of last year. And yeah, I looked at one, and I want to say it was like $900, and it was like a year lead time. So anyway, that is pretty much all I have for today, you guys. I'm super happy you guys were all here. And I can't believe it's only been 21 minutes. I thought, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to cover today. I'm going to be yapping for an hour. And I think what happens is I just drink my coffee and then I yap faster. So there's that. Yeah, everything is looking good and solid. Bitcoin is still holding around the 100,000 range, but yeah, our alts are still extremely low. If you guys have any liquidity, you know, I would be purchasing, or like maybe setting it aside and waiting to purchase if you have any other plays that you want to get into. And then yeah, always be rethinking your strategy, because as we get towards the end of this market, we're going to have different top outs for different things at different times. And so just like with Dogecoin, you know, the time to exit Dogecoin was right before SNL, and it wasn't necessarily at the end of market cycle. And so you want to be keeping kind of like a pulse on your plays. And that's where I go back to, if you're in too many plays, it's hard to kind of keep a pulse on everything. And so if you're able to just kind of consolidate and have it, you know, where you can watch it and you can know what's going on with the community, and when things are looking like it might be a time to start scaling out and exiting certain plays, because yeah, we're going to start to see a run on the utility coins next. And this is still just going to be a normal bull market. My faith in NFTs is waning day by day, though. Like at the start of this market, was still kind of looking at NFTs. And although I think those are going to have a run, I think there's just still too many people that are a little jaded, and they're a little burned, and they are just still in PTSD like myself. But I wasn't even as bad as like my friends who had DeGods and took out liquidity against some of them and then lost all of them. And, you know, it's just like stuff like that. Just, I can't imagine they would ever go back to a community when they've lost all of that. So it's just tough. And so that's what I really like about meme coins, is you can have the community, you can have a lower entry price. It doesn't have to be so exclusive. You can have more people in it. But yeah, you want to be with the ones that have a good, strong community behind them, that you know is not a peer versus peer trading environment. And so, yeah, when I look at Dog on Bitcoin, I look at Pepe. I'm really happy with those. I've got my Bitcoin and my ETH and my Sol, and I'm going to hang on to those because those are great. But you want to have a couple of those plays where you can, make some good 10x's, or more on those. So yeah, on my Dog on Bitcoin, like I said, I looked at this one, you guys, oh my gosh, when it's like such an easy play, it like kills me that I don't have enough. But too, when the market starts getting crazy, gas fees are going up, like you start to get where you're kind of like limited. So when we have these pumps on these good days, be sure to just like sell a little bit and keep it, whether you keep it in stable coins or whatever. Typically you want to have some in stables, that way you've got something to play with. So anyway, that will be it for today, you guys. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I need to pick the winner of my SafePal. You guys need to hang on a minute. I totally forgot. Suburban, are you in here? Oh, thank you, Kenny. Great Alpha. I'm trying to break it all down for you. And I will say while I'm pulling this up, it was kind of hard to do the live stream while I was gone because I didn't have like 2 devices. And then I was like doing all my research and like charting everything on paper. Did you guys see my little sheets of paper I was talking to you guys with? Anyway, that's how we do. Okay, so hold on. Let me get to my channel. Okay, I don't even know how I'm going to pick this. All right, so I'm going to go back to this one. Yeah, grind never stops. It sure does not. You guys, honestly, this morning, I don't know what got into me, but like everybody was so bearish vibes on Twitter Spaces. They were all talking about like, oh, if you need to get a real job and stuff like that. And I came from the corporate world, and if you guys don't know my story, I was in solar for 12 years. I was an asset manager, and then I moved into an O&M manager, which was operations and maintenance. In solar, I managed like 300 job sites, the portfolio output. So I would kind of watch plant performance online. And then as devices would go down, I would, either try and remotely troubleshoot it myself, or I would try and send my tech out to fix it. And so anyway, I did that for almost 13 years. It was like 12 years. And so I had a long career in solar, and I could go back into the solar industry and make good money. And so anyway, today, after listening to that space, it actually got me to look on Indeed, you guys, and I swore I would never go back to a regular day job. And I'm like, but sometimes you feel like you miss it. And then I'm like looking on Indeed, and they're like, this job must report to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And I'm like, oh, to hell with that. Like, I can't do this, you guys. I think I'm made for the grind now. So I'm here. Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to find my notes on my last. I don't know why I can't see. It's like giving me the pinwheel of death trying to pull open my comments. I might have to delay it till tomorrow if I can't get I think I'm going to have to delay it till tomorrow. That way I can get all the names written down and I can do this in an effective way. So if you guys are here and you would like a chance to enter the SafePal hardware wallet giveaway, you can write SafePal in the comments and I'll add you to the drawing, because I think there's only like 4 or 5 people that entered. But the SafePal hardware wallet is super cool. It takes up to 50,000 different cryptocurrencies, and yeah, it looks super cool. I've pulled it out a couple of times on the channel. If you want to see it, go back and look at another episode. But if not, I will call the winner tomorrow instead. So I'm sorry to delay that for you, but I'm like, here's my comments now. But I don't want to rush it. Anyway, John's all SafePal. Yes, give me more SafePals. I love it, you guys. Okay, I will see you tomorrow, and for sure I will call a winner. So